After over 1,000 takeovers hitting that threshold a few months ago, some of the most common things people are failing with their accounts, it's really consistent across the board. After doing all these takeovers, I'm going to give you the keys, tips, and tricks today to get your account to that next level. Let's get into it. What up, team? It's your boy MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video talking about what I found in my time doing account takeovers. What is an account takeover? I can show you that for sure. Head on over to my Discord. You guys should definitely join if you haven't. I do giveaways all the time. After this video, I'm gonna set up another giveaway. All you have to do is react to it like this, and you have a chance to win some sweet rewards. So account takeover is basically a service I offer where I go on your account, you give me information, tell me what type of work you want done. I look at the account, generate some type of report to you, show you, do the work I can. It's going to last for 30 days or a month, whatever you want to do. And I go on the first time, I do as much work as possible. I leave you with a to-do list. We check in every week, every 2 weeks, whatever you guys want to do for that month, and then after that we're done. So I've done over 1,000 of these. I hit that threshold about a month ago. I've been doing these forever. It's one of my main sources of income. I haven't really fully committed to the YouTube and Twitch, as you guys probably know, but I've been doing this for a long time. So with that being said, it's kind of shocking that so many players have the same problems. On top of that, one really quick note about the Discord: if you're ever curious about your champion, how good it is, how bad it is, in my Discord, there's a bot. You can come here as long as you follow the pin message here, and it shows you a format in which you should do it. There's also a message here showing you. These guys aren't following it, obviously, but you put a picture of a champion. We have tons of top players who will rate it throughout time, and they will leave you some feedback in the rating feedback channel as well. I'll leave a link in the description to the Discord if you do decide to join it. So now that we went over that, let's get back to the takeover thing. So a few months ago, like I said, I hit 1,000 takeovers. Think about that, 1,000 players' accounts that I went on to, or I did a Discord call with. We shared screens, I gave them coaching advice and support throughout the month in whatever area they wanted. There are some pretty crazy overlapping concepts and ideas that are the same across every single account, and I don't know why I waited this long to make a video on it, but now is the time. So the first thing I want to talk about is stop letting all of this gear stack up like I currently am. I have pretty decent gear, so I can get away with this, but if you're a new player, I get clan versus clan is a thing. I understand that you want to save it, get as many points as you can, help you get those milestone rewards, but I've been doing takeovers for people who are mid-game who have hundreds of pieces here, and I look at their account and they have the worst quality gear ever, and they're saying, Murder, how do I get to that next level? So of course I forge everything for them, or I tell them to do it, whoever has time, and I pretty much change their entire account just from what they have in the forge. So that's the number one problem. I don't really understand why people save so much gear. I don't know if it's a laziness thing. I don't know if they forget about it throughout time, but keep this clear. There's so much potential here. 5 to 6 star gear, 4 to 5 star gear, wherever your progression is. I've done so many upgrades. I am pretty lucky with rolling. I think I've rolled more quads. I mean, on my account, not really so much, but I've rolled hundreds and hundreds of quad stat rolls, not specifically speed, but quad stats for other people. I guess I'm just lucky like that, which is the good news. But first, this is kind of like the lower end of advice. Don't hoard. This is the worst place to hoard. Hoarding gear's fine. I also do gear cleanses. That's really easy to do. Some people, I mean, there is methodology to gear cleanse, what to sell, what not to sell. I've made in-depth videos that players have loved so far on accessories, an overall gear selling guide, and I made a bunch of them. So that information is out there if you choose to go back, look at those videos on my channel, and you pretty much will have no 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and you'll understand it completely. But the forge is the first main issue I see. Some of the other issues, other two main issues that I see across all of these accounts are as follows. and they're pretty mind-blowing. But actually, they're not as mind-blowing as the fact that only 46.7% of you that are currently watching this moment are subscribed to my channel. Do me a favor, help out my channel, like the video, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, turn on all notifications so you're notified when I drop my next video, and let's get right back into it. So what we're going to talk about is going to be the two things that pop up all the time. The first thing is people not recognizing affinity advantages. So I see people, they say, Murder, I need a ton of help with dragon progression. Huge. I mean, dragon as well as fire knight takes a bit more specific team. You can get away with the topic I'm about to talk about, but let's talk about dragon. If you're struggling on, I mean, it's usually dragon 16, 17, and then I shoot them all the way up to 22, 23, sometimes even 25 if they do have the account for it. So what am I doing that they're not doing? Using the affinities to my advantage. There should be some type of indicator bar somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. Maybe it is. I mean, there's going to be some info panel somewhere, right? Let's go here. Let's go here. I don't know why all of a sudden I can't find it. Anyways, there's going to... Oh, you know where it is? It's when you click on the battle. Okay, right here. This thing in the middle above the versus sign. This is the biggest tool that no one's optimizing when I do takeovers. If you're fighting a red affinity dungeon, don't put any blue champions in there. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. Not everyone has full rosters of legendaries like I do. That's not the point, because I'm doing it in takeovers with other players' accounts. If you have a really good legendary that you love to use all the time, don't commit to it and say I have to use it in every single run. It's going to hurt your progression. Find a green champion. I don't care if it's a rare, I don't care if it's an epic, I do care if it's an uncommon or a common, but outside of that, don't be afraid to use strong affinity. The chance of weak hitting, think about progression. Going back to, I mean, I'm in faction wars now, we're all over the place. Going back to faction, or going back to dragon rather, all you have to do is clear these stages once. The only stage you need to farm specifically is going to be the last stage you're comfortable with. So if someone leaves me with an account that's on stage 12 dragon, I'm not going to care how I get 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so on. I'm not going to care how I get them done. What I want is, where's the goal of the account that I can get to that will let them farm consistently. Once I get there, then I'm going to start min-maxing. I'm going to make sure it's 100% win rate, or as close to 90, 95% minimum, bare minimum for a win rate on that account. So all of these other stages, they don't matter at all. If I fail 10 runs in a row and only complete one of them, that's fine, because I got past this stage. I'm never going to do it. Look at my account. This is the perfect example. Let's see some of these times. Okay, so a minute, 2 minutes on stage 4. Who's taking 2 minutes on stage 4? I can do it in 2 seconds now. 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes on stage 7 here. We have, where's my first wall? Let's see. 6 minutes on stage 17. Do you really think it takes me 6 minutes to do that? Of course not. 2 minutes and 41. Okay, well now we're getting to, okay, 3 minutes on stage 23. I don't care about that, right? I did it once as soon as the new dungeon levels came out. It took me a long time. It definitely wasn't 100% win rate because I was, I don't know, maybe it was leftover gear or whatever, but I got it done and I never looked back. So this is huge for progression. Use the best tools you have on your account to get through the stages until you reach a point where you're saying, okay, now it's time to farm this stage. This is where I start min-maxing my champions, my speed tunes, and that's going to lead us to our next point here. This is something that I've never said out loud. I always think about it in my head when I'm doing takeovers. It has to do with, I mean, what I call is the law of 200. For some reason, I don't know why this is the thing. People think that just putting speed boots on a champion, of course I'm not going to use a +4, and I do a faction bonus guardian, so people think that just putting speed boots, these are not speed boots, yikes, what a fail that was. People think putting speed boots on a champion is going to be enough to get them through all of the content. So what is the law of 200? You guessed, 200 speed. Whenever I do faction war takeovers, whenever I do dungeon progression takeovers, everyone is at 200 speed minimum. I constantly see players with 160 speed, 170 speed, 180. Like I said, I understand that everyone has high quality gear, but people are focusing way too much on these insane damage stats, crazy survivability, when you don't need to, because the faster your champions are, the more turns they're going to get, the more CC they're going to do. It's a higher benefit of champions and players who don't book their champions specifically, because you're going through cooldowns faster, getting them back up. The more you CC, the less turns the enemy's going to get, the less damage you're going to take, so you don't have to be building that tanky. So I cannot stress this enough, the law of 200. Get as close to 200 speed as a minimum for all of your content going forward. Now, some people it's not going to be as realistic. If you're watching this and you're progressing through stage 15, stage 14, or even lower than that in any dungeon, that might not be feasible. Get as close as you can. Think about what I'm saying. Don't skip speed substats ever. If it's between 100% crit rate and more speed, contrary to what most of you think I'm going to say, I'm going to say go with the speed for progression only. Because like I said, you don't need consistency for progression. You need to get past that stage once, and then once you get to the stage you're going to be farming, that's when you really commit to that level and you just elevate yourself to that next level. I've been doing this forever. People always tell me they're so shocked when I do takeovers. Murder, how did you just clear Nightmare campaign and get the final 3 stars, the final, what is it, 12-7 stage? How did you just do this in 10 minutes? I've spent weeks on this. Same thing for Faction Wars. It's literally 9 out of 10 times the law of 200. I'm just seeing their champions at 160 speed, 170 speed. I'm bringing it up to 200 speed. I'm distributing the stats in a much smarter way than they were doing it before, and their own account is getting so much further than they thought. So gear is very important. Champions matter a bit. Of course, if you have crazy champions, you're going to do well, but you need the gear to back it up, and you need to know how to gear your champions to back that up. I've made tons of gearing guides showing you proper thresholds to aim for, and now I'm kind of giving you the one tip that I've seen across over 1,000 takeovers. The majority are all suffering from this one problem. The law of 200 fixes that. So with that being said, hopefully that helps a lot of you guys out. One thing I want to mention, kind of like a side note, Masteries. Some of you guys are on something special, okay? I'm seeing Masteries like, where do I even begin? I've seen the most ridiculous things ever. I'm not going to say any names, of course, because that's rude, but I've seen like apothecaries. Where's my apothecary? Not here. I've seen like apothecaries with this eagle eye. What are you doing? What, do you think you need accuracy to land your heal? Are we okay here? Anyways, I've seen things like that. I've seen other builds like Cold Heart in stage 20 dungeons using Giant Slayer. Now War Master is fine for stage 25. Don't get me wrong, his enemy max health is nerfed, but for stage 20, you run Helm Smasher, you run Flawless Execution, because you can stack unlimited damage on those hard-hitting abilities. Why you would ever use Giant Slayer, which is a clan boss thing, by the way, I've made a few videos on that, is beyond me, and people are saying they're getting it from websites. So, I mean, I can go over champions all day here, but I've seen some insane mastery builds. I also have mastery guides on how to mastery every single champion in the game, because in my opinion personally, masteries are the most straightforward part of Raid Shadow Legends. I'm just gonna say it straight up like that. Masteries are the most straightforward. Some champions have very weird interactions and all of this good stuff here, but other than that, once you mastery, I want to say your first 10 champions, you should have no question on what masteries go on which champions when you pull them, because it's really self-explanatory. If you even, I mean, listen, on your own, I'm not going to act like you're all stupid here if you're watching this channel. If you just take the time, go through, click on all of these things, think about how they interact with the champion, I'm really confident you guys will be able to make a perfect mastery tree for every single champion. It does take time, it takes effort. A lot of people don't want to put that forward. I get that for sure. But like I'm saying, some of these mastery builds that I'm seeing, insane. Accuracy on a apothecary. If you guys can figure out why that's ever a thing by looking at the champion apothecary, I'll shave my head. Put it in the comment, I'll shave my head. If you can give me a solid reason why you would take accuracy on apothecary, I'll do it. So these are the tips after the 1,000+ takeovers I've done. Don't forget, join that Discord, enter the giveaway, submit yourself for Rate My Champions. We have lots of pro players there who will rate your champions for you. They might be harsh, I'm not gonna lie. If you put a really stupid build here, they're gonna be brutally honest with you, and I mean, in my opinion, it's good. You can say, oh, it's not constructive feedback. It is. They don't just say, hey, your build's stupid. They tell you why it's not good. There's a lot of people with egos who come in here thinking they have crazy champions, and they don't. And they find out very quickly in my Discord that they don't have crazy champions. Yes, it can be a little aggressive sometimes, but the goal is to help people learn, and that is that. So that's going to conclude my video. Let me know what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy this content, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next upload.